I got a K. I got a K.
Yo, I can go mini and I can try to kill the guy rafters. If you guys want to put pressure for
One bar.
bar. Okay. Yo, Sealed, can you go on the breach and put pressure on the rafter guy? I can go mini and try to kill him.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. One top red right now. You know do you know if he's R1 or R2? Into a fucking diamond player? What? Or champ player?
How do you not know what R1 is?
There, he's faked.
All right, push him now.
He is beacon.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I blow.
He's gonna dock himself back probably. I hope.
I can just go with it.
Reloading.
One stop red, okay?
I'm just doing the guy.
IQ, you know attachments are free, right?
Told you where I got the bug.
One friendly operator.
Where's that guy? Okay.
Op 4 eliminated.
Oh, that's the classic.
So okay. R1 is at the top of the stairs. R2 is in the middle. R3 is R90, the 90 angle, and then window.
What's good? Don't mind my background. Remember I told you I said I was gonna take bro to school. So some shit happened the other day, and then, you know what I'm saying, he had said some shit to the thing, and then, you know, it ain't nothing bad, but he ended up going to school. So if you hear anything in the background, that's something in the juice world, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Anyways, how do you guys come up with, like, call-outs? Not in saying that I don't know call-outs, like the names of it. Like, you just seen the first clip, like, what the fuck is Mini? What the fuck is R1, R2? And it was crazy. He's saying raptors. Nigga, I say raptors, like the fucking dinosaur. I'm like, what? Yes, I be saying the dinosaur. Like, I be so confused with that shit, you know? And it's like, for example, here I go. I'm gonna get there. But when I think it was a certain site video I had made. It was some map, but I had called that kill box. No, yes, it was Oregon, but it was upstairs. I think it was kitchen. Yes, I made an Oregon site set up, and I had a rotation going through serve, going through kitchen, and going through the hallway, and then it was going back and forth through the fucking hallway and shit. And I had called that kill box only because it's a one-way. It's a one-way entry and outry. So I just made up the word. Not really the word, but I made it. I just called it kill box because how I made it and how I described it and how it was, you know what I'm saying, how it presented itself, you know what I'm saying? But reality, you wouldn't call that kill box, you know what I'm saying? So how do you really can truly come up with, like, call outs? Like, you can say top 90, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get 90 because the angle, and then when you visualize it in the hallway, it's a 90-degree angle, so you will obviously call that 90. And I don't want to get into, like, the details of, like, who actually invented call-outs, because that's too much for me right now. But my main thing is, like, the names and, like, how do you move around it? Another example, is it Clubhouse? Yes. Lounge, you know, Lounge near Master, and then Con, and then you have that whole area. And then you hit the half wall. Yes, honestly, I don't call that lounge. I call it log. But it's like, what do you call it, log? Literally, because it's just like, it gives me a fireplace vibe, because you have the animal heads, you have the desk, you have like the wooden windows, not windows. You have the wooden floor. You have like the wooden wall. You have like the little double door on that shit. So I literally call it log, but it's called lounge. You know what I'm saying? Another example. What is it? Not consulate. Chalet. Yeah, chalet. Main upstairs, master. You have the other bar, piano, whatever. That staircase coming up from trophy, I call that soul. But it's called Solarium. But I call it Soul because, you know, the name is called Solarium. But just to make it not really a nickname, but like, you know, a abbreviation, I call it Soul. And most people don't know what I'm talking about until I tell them I only call it Soul because the name itself. And which I get that. you get the name and the callouts from the name the room is called. But once again, what the fuck is R1? What is R2? I know now. So R1 is top 90, R2 is down 90, down the staircase, and then the middle is R3. But then again, I was like, huh? But what does the R stand for? But before I even knew that, I was thinking he's maybe calling R1 the Raptors rotate because R stands for rotation, and that's what I thought in my head because it's the window and then it's the wall and then you go into Raptors and then you already damn near outside of sight. So I was like, okay, that's probably what he means by that. And then the R2 is probably like the other rotation on top of red when you go in and out of the cash room. That's what I thought. But I think it's just that one whole area of red staircase is called R1, R2. So when he asked the guy, do you know if he's R1 or R2? I was like, I mean, I didn't agree or disagree with him because the guy's probably, he was like, I think Emerald Champ, and you don't know callouts, that's sad. But coming from me, like, I only hit plat, and that ain't an excuse. So I only hit plat, and I didn't get into callouts like that advanced. So I just really called out the name of the room or what I known it by. You know what I'm saying? Like, another example, you have, what's that side of the organ downstairs? I think it's called, like, Chico, some shit like that. It's called something, that little spot, that little default plant downstairs organ. I don't know what it's called, but it's like, and you know what's crazy? We get the names from people who like they could represent that. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood how do you come up with that? And I'm genuinely like curious on how do I get better at call outs. Like, bro, like I swear, like I'm good for my ranks and like I'm good for my own skill. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do want to know call outs because it'd be the death of me. It's like, and you know what's crazy? I wouldn't know what they're talking about, but I wouldn't know like what it is. So the only thing I would get mad at because it would be the death of me because I wouldn't know how to approach it. So if you're saying to me someone's R1, R2, I would have an idea what you're talking about, but I would probably approach it wrong. It's like you can't push R1 like that because he's already looking down at you. I'm like, huh? I mean, it's like I have an idea what you mean, but I don't know what you mean literally because I just don't know the environment. Like, not saying the map itself, but I don't know like the environment of what you would call R1, R2, especially mini. Like, what is mini? Like, I'm thinking mini. No, mini can't be blue. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So he was saying I can come down mini and kill guy in Raptors. Like, so what's mini? I'm only thinking the wall near Stocks, and then you have the door going into a bar, and then you have where he was at right there, the IQ. You know what I'm saying? So I was confused on like how. My main argument is like, how do you invent these callouts, and how does everyone know these callouts? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I only give callouts based on the room's name or what I already know it by. And I'm gonna keep saying it once again. I literally call Soul Solarium on Chalet. I call Log Logi because it's just that setting. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like Killbox. Like I feel like most of the maps have a Killbox call out because just how it's approached and how it's made. And like for example, I would probably call this room I just left Killbox only because it's a small box and it's a one way in, one way out. Even if it's a door in the window, it's still a Killbox because you can only go one way in, one way out. You have to go through the door to actually leave that room. If you leave that room, you have to go through the window to leave that room. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably call that Killbox, but it would throw so many people off because you wouldn't call that Killbox. Then what would you call that room? You know what I'm saying? This room right here, I'll call it Killbox. But even if it has a name for it, it's just the fact that people still won't say the name of the room, even if it's like a quick way to call the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wouldn't say in the hallway because there's multiple hallways, so you have to numb it down and say, okay, Like I just can't tell bro hallway. I have to give him a name of the hallway. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? 90 hallway. You know there's no other 90-degree angle hallway but that one angle. So you know what he means by that. You know what I'm saying? And that too. I don't like when people say here, there, ping, ping. Bro, like what are you talking about? And I want to say this right now off of pings is like I do that too, but I'm telling you like on this ping, and you can hear it, and I will want you to look at it. And then again, people don't use the compass. I feel like that's the main kicker when someone is always quick on their feet, like me. Like when I'm quick on my feet and I want to clutch up, I'm going to ping enough so you can see it, hear it, and then I'm gonna give you that call like on this ping. I'm never gonna say right here on this ping. Nah, I'm pinging it, bro, right here on this ping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then people don't use the compass, so it's like, what do you mean right here? And then they're looking on their screen to see the ping. You don't look at your screen to see the ping. You look at the compass, because the compass is telling you I know people, well, some people can read a compass, so I'm not gonna explain that, because I can read a compass, bro. Come on, bro. It's not even about like where you're looking at. It's just like imagine if your eyesight had a degree of the world. What do I mean by that? Is like if you were to look at the world from your point of view, how would you globalize it? You know what I'm saying? How would you rotate? How would you want to look at the world? Like you just can't look down at Earth without looking at anything. You can't look down at Earth without seeing anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not seeing Earth. You're seeing other things on Earth. So that's how I view the compass in my opinion, because you have to literally get out of your ADS, if you're ADS, to look at the compass. You know what I'm saying? To really get the idea how the compass actually works. You know what I'm saying? It has the fuck. I'm doing it again, bro. I need to chill. It has the fucking directions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you get so confused on what ping is where if you're not looking at your compass? And once again, yellow pings probably don't take up your whole screen, and they don't. So you probably have to look out of your screen to look at your compass. And most people don't look at their compass. So like, bro, use your compass. That's why it was there, for you to use it. And that's what makes siege. But we ain't here for that. It's callouts. Anyways, time goes on. I do try to learn callouts in the way that if I'm probably in a pickle or I'm probably getting yelled at for doing a wrong push, I genuinely ask, what do you mean by that? Like, what is that call out? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and if I don't know the call out how you know it, just say the name, bro. Don't make a big deal out of it. Because I've been in plenty problems and situations where I get yelled at because I'm not saying where someone's actually at. Bro, because I do not know. You call it something else. And if we both disagree, can we both just call it what it's actually called? The room name. You know what I'm saying? He's in this room. Okay, we're in this room. I don't fucking know. He's in the room. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, just don't make it hard on both of us because we're both mad or upset at each other because we're giving each other wrong call-outs. It's not the wrong call-out. It's just the wrong name of the call-out. And I did have a situation where, bro, I remember like it was yesterday. I've met these duos on Rainbow, and I think it was for PS at the time. Yeah, and long story short, this is why I do not like having a stack. I don't care if I just met you. I can't have a stack. But anyways, yeah, we're playing, and then it's cafe. We're upstairs attacking, and then I think it's the last round. It's 4-4. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 4-4. Mind you, I'm carrying right now, so it's like, bro, let's be real. And then so the Valkyrie is coming up. She's bottom white. Okay, hear me out. She's bottom white. Valkyrie is bottom white. I'm saying he's Ayana, right? Nana's clone. While he's pushing it, she's pushing up. And then I'm telling him, I'm on the camera where the white was at, and I'm telling him she's right here on this pink, right here on this ping. Ping, ping, ping. And he's seeing the ping, but he's saying where? My nigga, she's on the ping. It's like, I mean, you can say white stairs on ping, but just saying white stairs on ping doesn't change the fact that you're not saying on ping. So I'm just saying she's on ping. You know what he did? This nigga jumps, cause you know you can vault over the white staircase, right? He vaults over the staircase, and then she smacks him because he's vaulting while she's creeping up, and she looks up. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, in the extent, I could have said bottom white, but I'm telling you, she's on the ping. She's on the ping, bro. Like, she's literally on the ping. He's like, where? He's hearing her because the whole problem was he was saying, I hear her, but I can't see her. If you hear her but can't see her, what's the issue? And we both know where she's at. And you know how, like, when the drone is like in a certain direction, you can't turn it. So the ping is not really on ping, but it's in the area of the ping. So you're telling them on this ping, on this ping, on this ping. So it was kind of like that, but I was able to turn the camera enough to ping the staircase. And this idiot jumps over the staircase, and she's looking up, and she kills him. I'm like, bro. And then he gets mad at me for saying I have bad callouts. And you know what's crazy? His own homeboy took my side. And I don't get into that. His own homeboy took his side. I mean, took my side. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole thing ended because he got so upset, he wanted to, quote unquote, cut me off. Nigga, I only knew you for 3 games. We played 5 to 6 games. Only won like 2 or 3. What's your issue? I have bad call-outs. I have horrible call-outs. You know what I'm saying? So that problem right there, or that event right there, kind of gave me a idea of like how I want to approach this video, because I don't really know call-outs like that. But sometimes it's not even my call-out. It's just how I say them and how I approach it. But anyways, yeah, he quote-unquote cut me off. And I had to tell his bro, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's like, it was fun playing with y'all, but I'm not doing this again, bro. And me being me, I'm really detailed with my stacks and like how I play. Bro, if you not fucking with me, or if you have a duo that don't like me, but I fuck with you, I can't play with you, bro. And the thing is, I was on my alt account. That's the biggest thing. It was crazy because I was on my alt account, and how I play my alt is I do not add nobody unless we're actually a stack. Because I'm tired of having people on my fucking friend list. They offline, online. We play a couple games. I text them, no one answers, but they're on. And they're like, bro, how you on the game but I'm texting you? You know you're gonna answer, but whatever, bro. So yes, that's my number 1 rule. I'm on alt account. I don't add a fucking soul. And I had added them. So like, okay, fine. I'm gonna add y'all. So I'm saying it was cool enough, but that day, yeah, they got unadded. It's like, yeah, bro, it's over. GG's. But only the end point is, I do genuinely want to learn callouts. I want to learn why you call it that. I want to learn like the quickness of it. When I mean quickness, I want to know like how can I approach this callout with caution if I need to. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying one callout and I know that callout and I'm sprinting down the hallway and I die, it's like I thought you meant this call out, not that one. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like and to say the most, I do understand why he said R1 R2, because that right there, I would have probably ran at R2, but reality, I have to remember it's a R1, so it's always a cross. So I just can't go to R2 without seeing R1. You see what I mean? So it's like I never really understood that. So I was like, okay, that's good to know. But yeah, like even a player like me, you know, like for my smarts, you know, for my site setups, to my just, you know, trying to be a mentor / coach for Siege and for other players and myself. It's just I want to learn these things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna always approach differently. I'm gonna always have different things, but I feel like the common things should be known, and it's call outs. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm better than you, I won't give a call out differently. If that call out is called 90, I would not say the rectangle hallway. No, I'm gonna say 90 because we know it's called 90 because the angle is common. It's basic as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that alone should prove my point on like, bro, I'm not the best player, bro. I'm not. And the thing is too, the only thing that saves me the most when I don't know callouts for certain maps, I literally play awareness. Like my awareness, like my antennas are like on. Like my antennas are sticking up on because I just don't know what. I don't want to say what's going on because if I say that, it kind of throws me off in my gameplay. I didn't know what's going on, but I just don't know how to approach certain things. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's like, bro, how do you come up with these names? Literally, like it doesn't get me mad or upset or shit, even confused, but kind of. But it just makes me think like, what am I missing out on? Because if I know certain callouts, bro, I'll be moving. I could be moving way better than what I am now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know certain things though. So it's like, how can I tell myself I'm a good player if I don't know simple callouts? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a good player, but if you're a good player, you must know callouts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just can't tell myself everything or tell myself I know everything, which I don't know everything. So it's like, let me just get some help, you know? And that's what I'm here for. I generally need some help on like these callouts and to identify them. And I realize most of the callouts come from the environment, not even the room. So it's like, you call that room what? Like, I mean, I can probably say this example, like 90, for example. Like, 90 is 90 because it's a 90-degree angle. You know what I'm saying? My bad. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's just strictly in geometry. It's in math. It's like I said, it's the visual of the hallway. If you look at the hallway from a bird eye's view, go into match replay and look at the hallway from a bird's eye view. You can tell it's a 90-degree angle, so obviously the community would call that hallway 90. But the detail of 90, you would say deep 90, you would say in 90, or you would say, you know, front 90. How I say it, I would say like, you know, like deep 90, front hallway, like front 90, like in the middle, you know what I'm saying, like this, like, you know what I'm saying, like you would give a description of where they're at in 90. And something that can actually prove my point right here, like staircases, you would say top white, bottom white, you would say on staircase, you know what I'm saying? So that alone kind of makes sense because you can tell the positioning and the detail and even the fucking description of where they're actually at. Because you can say a staircase. Okay, there's 100 staircases. Give me a staircase name and where they're at on the staircase. So it's like, it makes sense. So I can't even argue with that. If I get killed because I can't understand staircase callouts, that's my fault. Because people, I know, like, even the bot, they're like, on staircase, they're like, on it. So it gives me, I mean, they're a bot, so I don't give that callout a complete trust because they're always on the bottom of the staircase. They're always camping it on some weird shit. So when a bot tells me on staircase, I put it back in my mind, okay, bet. I just can't push this because he might be top white, but he's on staircase. But I know where he's at, but I don't know where he's at exactly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just I don't know. It makes me drift away from the team, and this is the ground root of why I'm a actual solo queuer, because I just don't understand callouts. Like, you're not gonna be in my ear, like, bro, no, bro. And then you get mad at me, no, bro. I'm just finna die because I don't know what's going on, or I'm finna die because I get swung, peeked, whatever. And all in the end, I'm gonna play by myself because I'm comfortable and better by myself. No one fucking listens, bro. I don't care what anybody says. No one listens, so who cares? I don't. But the thing is like, yeah, bro. So it's like, I I really try to improve myself on knowing call outs. And I think too, to really ground myself, that's why I do site as well. That's why I do site setup, so I can know like the call outs, the rooms. You know what I'm saying? It's just not calling the room the call out, because they can be anywhere in the room. It's like you can say they're in kids. Okay, we're in kids. Default plan. You know exactly where they're at in kids. Default plan, which is in the corner. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like you would have to know the details in the call out. Makes sense? So I try to not put anyone past that, because I do get that. I understand that. But that's just me. But anyways, have fun. GG's.